off for the first. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
What stands to reason it gives Zeke the ball there? I mean, let's face it. Last year, led the league in first downs picked up.
Yeah, 91 of them, 19 more than second-place David Johnson.
Yeah, you can see the confidence that the team has in him touching the football. Offensive line wants to block even harder because of him.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Flushed out right. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. First down, Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. The former Longhorn back home, Earl Thomas. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
Here we go.
Morris, off play action. Flush to his right. He finds his running back, Rawls. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. Morris. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Anthony Hitchens. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. To throw is Morris. To throw on 2nd down. dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
Morris now throwing on third and long. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Jamarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Here's John Ryan now as he's on to punt for Seattle. And we'll see what he can do on the return. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Completes it to the rookie from North Carolina, Ryan Switzer. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pick up there of 20 yards. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Oh, now Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And it's 17-7. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's going to be shoved down pretty hard. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
The drive begins with a run by Rawls. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. Here's Morris operating from the gun. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On is the punter, Ryan, to send this one away. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. On the counter, Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Prescott now on second down. Completes it to Jason Witten. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Prescott from the gun on third. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Here's Prescott. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well. First down now, but that clock rolling. Prescott. That is caught inside the 5. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. First and goal, they'll look to smash it in. Maybe a quarterback sneak here. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Let's go. 1, 9, 3, check. Ohio.
First down, this is Rawls. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. So after nearly turning it over, new life here for the offense on second down. Now a toss. This is Rawls. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Seahawks on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They run with a power back. Rawls. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Shift together here from the D-line.
Here we go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And it's second down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Morris to throw again. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Flex round. Here we go. Ohio, let's go.
Now a give. Right side, it's Rawls. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Well, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give him